Do you listen to that new rap album?
What the fuck?
This Certified Lover Boy album? Do you have any thoughts?
What does it even mean? Do I have any thoughts on Drake's album?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have thoughts on Drake's album. I have a lot of thoughts on Kanye and Andre 3000's record. It was incredible. It was better than both albums. I think Drake gave us Drake. I think Drake is very good at what he does. We had this conversation. Not me and you, me and my little cousin. We were talking because he was like, man, I guess you could say Drake is like, I think he's like this musical genius. And I was like, Drake's not a musical genius. I was like, nothing against Drake. I think Drake is amazing. I think he is probably one of the greatest rappers of all time, if not the greatest rapper of all time now at this point.
Yeah.
I think also the same way that he could be considered the greatest rapper of all time, Jay-Z may also be considered the greatest rapper of all time, but you also would never hear anyone call Jay-Z a musical genius. You would hear them call him a really good rapper.
Yeah.
He's a great rapper.
Right.
I think Kanye is a musical genius.
Right.
I think it's different. But I think that Certified Lover Boy is good. I think it has some good records on it. I think that Drake is not. I think Drake is too good of a rapper to give us just a completely bad album. So we're not gonna ever get that from him. I think by Drake's standard or bar, I think it's probably in the middle. It gets lumped in and probably his 5th, 6th best album.
Yeah,
but that's still like good enough to be Drake. And you're like, all right, cool, whatever.
Do you what my problem was because I liked it and then somebody was like, oh, I haven't heard it, but I don't want to hear the whole thing. Play me the best song, play me the hit.
Yeah.
And I went like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hit is.
It depends on who you're talking to. Number one, who were you talking to, Chris? You don't have to say, but how they look. What's the demographic?
White person.
White person, cool. I'm gonna give them Too Sexy. I'm gonna give Too Sexy for my shirt.
Oh,
Too Sexy for my
called Too Sexy.
Too Sexy for that's the one that's gonna get white people going. It's a good hit. It's a hit, and the video's hilarious. It's a hit though. Like you hear certain records like this is a hit. It's not. Drake is safe, and safe Drake is still really good.
Yeah,
like it's a safe record.
But I didn't feel like he had like Hotline Bling or Controller or The Motto. Like I didn't feel like he had like a real like you gotta listen to this hit. Like when I heard Yeezus the first time, I was like, okay, Black Skinhead is a hit, and like I Am a God is a hit, and Blood on the Leaves is a hit.
He
the
got
first
some
time
records that are hitty on there. TSU is a hit. It feels like a hit record.
Yeah.
Too Sexy feels like a hit record. No Friends in the Industry feels like it could be a hit record.
Oh, I don't remember.
No Friends in the Industry. My brother's been my brother. Man, you niggas ain't giving
I
me
actually
a
think
scratch.
you're talking about the ones that are around like track 8, 9, 10, and I think those kind of drifted away from me as I was listening.
Those are
the hits.
The hit records.
Those are the ones.
In my opinion, I don't know anything. Who am I?
I did also. I think the one that shows that he's a really good rapper is that Bridal one. That's directed.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That one I was like, oh, okay. After listening to the whole Kanye album, I was like, oh, after that record, Drake's a better rapper than Kanye is.
You don't have any opinion on this?
I think
can't hear your microphone.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Okay, well now I know what song to play.
Yeah, TSU for sure. The No Friends in the Industry, whatever that one was.
I think that's
like my two. But the Too Sexy one, that's the single, no?
It is a single, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but I also heard that and was like, "There's gonna be a single."
Yeah.
It was made to be a single. Like you didn't hear the record. Like certain people, like for me, I know Drake and Future work together a lot, but you're not gonna get Drake, Future, Young Thug, and you're not gonna use it as a single. It's gonna be a single.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't go get those 2 features plus on top of that. I don't even know who produced it, but I imagine it's somebody up there that's also a big producer. Hey, y'all gotta calm down because y'all hitting the cameras and shit. Wrigley, you waddling around here switching up hard and shit.
But I haven't listened to the album completely.
Me either.
Like I haven't listened to it.
See, I listened to the beginning I think a few times, but I don't think I really got to the middle, so maybe that's why those ones don't stand out to me.
Is that both of these fucking albums are just way
They're
too
so
long.
When did we start going from? Because didn't albums used to be like 10 tracks?
No, 12 records makes it
10,
LP.
12, okay.
That's what I remember.
So I'm like, now
tracks.
why are they like 20 plus?
For different reasons, different deals, different playlists, different ways to get platinum, it's different ways to tweak. Like he might fuck around and go platinum on all of the records. Like they're different. You know what I'm saying? Like there are reasons you release certain records and you try to break certain records and all that type of shit.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I think it was iTunes and Spotify too and I think Drake specifically kind of changed the game in that way.
No, because I feel like Chris Brown, didn't he release one time like
he did a double
40
album
or something like
he
that?
just did a double album. A lot of people, I mean, I think that there's no reason the game just got changed. It wasn't Drake. It was just the game.
It was just streaming.
It was music. It became
right?
streaming, and that's what became most important. Then from there, singles and the way that you go platinum and get all the certifications became differently looked at, from YouTube views to all these different things.
So now it's just like put out as many tracks as you can.
Yeah, it's like, well, now it's like, okay, I don't really care to make a cohesive album because it doesn't make sense to make a cohesive album when all that matters are the streaming these singles and making sure I can get these singles. So Drake, for him, is like, I'm gonna get these. I could put out 7 records off this and make singles, and he really could. He can do that. He can cheat the system that way. I don't understand, like, for Kanye being a person that really puts like a body of work together. I don't know why he went about Donda with 27 records. It feels kind of like we're inside of his brain and it's just scattered all over the place. And it's like, let me give you 27 records, and that's like makes me sad.
I think he made a strong point as far as it not feeling cohesive anymore, because I feel like even when you look back at Drake, you look at like, oh, like Nothing Was the Same or Take Care, like all of those albums feel very cohesive and like there was a lot of thought put into the mood of the album, and these albums don't really feel like that. But it's like Kanye either, I guess.
Kanye's feels like a little bit of a work in progress too.
Yeah,
it's like here's this song, but also here's another version of this song. I don't know. Yeah. Which one do you like better?
You let us be.
Yeah, you choose.
But I guess in Kanye's defense, he claims that it wasn't ready.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah. But would it have ever been ready? I think like they looked at the streaming numbers too. I think that they were pretty close, honestly. The numbers were pretty close. Drake had his numbers went down his second day. Kanye's numbers went up his second day of streaming.
So does that ultimately mean that Kanye grew his audience during his little red hat phase?
No, for me, I feel like no. I think if anything, Kanye, no, it still wasn't as much as Drake, but Kanye has always been up there.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if it did better
than
his last albums, or if it's still doing better than Drake. I mean, Drake's one of the top artists, so that means you have one of the top spots. And I'm wondering, were there people that didn't listen to Kanye albums who are now listening to this album?
There's streams. I mean, I don't know if Kanye has ever been in a place where he was worried about streams. He was going to get streamed. It's just people making a decision on if I like it. It's the same way that you might buy a Jake Paul fight or buy a Floyd Mayweather fight. You might not be buying it because you want to see him win. You might not be streaming it because you want to see Kanye win. You might have Apple Music or Spotify and say it's right here. Why the fuck would I not stream it? So you might just stream it and listen to it and say, I don't like it. And I didn't want to like it. And that's the reason I'm here, is to hate on it. So you have different people who come for different reasons.
But either way, you're kind of growing your audience.
Somewhat, because it's about, I think it's about returning audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who, like, just because you have a whole bunch of streams doesn't necessarily mean you're going to sell out every arena. You know what I'm saying? If we don't connect with the project, then you might have a problem with selling out every arena, because people were like, well, yeah, we streamed it to see if it was good. It wasn't good, so now we're not there. Versus, hey, we streamed it to see if it was good. It was great, and now here we are, and more fans are coming. I'm saying all this to say, I think Kanye didn't necessarily grow his audience. I think that his audience really never left. I think when he messed up, where he messed up, to me, in my opinion, was all of the actual listening parties. It made us disinterested. It made us feel like, okay, well, you don't even know what the fuck is going on. We don't know what the fuck is going on. I guess we're all on one page and we don't know what's going on. Versus Drake being like, hey, my album's coming out September 3rd. Boom. That was it. It came out one day. That's the reason his numbers dropped, because people were there for the premiere. And then the next day, we didn't have to be there anymore.
So Drake's numbers dropped more.
Yes. Kanye's numbers went up because you didn't know when the fuck it was coming out. None of us really knew. Even Kanye claims he didn't know.
So what do you think is ultimately the better play?
I don't think either. I think if Kanye would have, I think we would only get a real look at fair numbers if Kanye would have set a date, done his little listening party once, and then released this project.
Like
then we
Pablo
get to see it. Yeah, then we get to see, okay, this is what the fuck it looks like. Boom, this is crazy. Boom, whatever. But for him to do 3 different listenings, for us to still not have any confirmation on when it was coming out, and then we kind of just all heard, it's out right now. It's out right now? It's out right now. Oh shit, I guess let's listen to it. Versus knowing it's coming out on this day. I don't know which one's a better play. I think, they both won ultimately. As I go back and listen to more and more, I am catching more and more records on each project because it's just so long that you don't want to listen to them all in one day, and they don't feel cohesive enough for you to feel like, oh, I listened to them all straight through. You're like, I get disinterested after a couple records that are not good. I'm like, I'll come back to it later.
I have a separate music industry question that was on my mind, and I was like, maybe Sterling would know the answer to this. The song came on Like a G6. Remember that song? Mm-hmm. Like a G6 by a band called Far East Movement. And I was like, what are the members of Far East Movement who had a mega hit in like 2014? What do they do today? Are they still making money off of Like a G6? Are they producers now? Do they work in the industry? Like, what would a band like that who had one mega hit do?
I think that just shows you how American we are. Because I believe it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Far East Movement was already a big band overseas.
They're an international band.
Yeah, they're an international band.
I thought they were a Bay Area band for some reason.
I thought they were all.
They're an American hip hop and electronic.
They're American,
based in LA. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're Asian.
I thought they were all like not even just Asian. They're all Korean.
I guess they had a few songs.
Which other songs?
I don't know. The Rocketeer featuring Ryan Tedder and One Republic.
You remember that song?
No.
Okay. I mean, they were big in the UK, it says. So
I guess I'm just curious, like, if you had one big hit 10 years ago, like, are you still making money off of it, or are they hustling, or are they still, do they tour forever? Do they open for people? Or, like, what is being a musician who had a big hit 8 years ago? What does that mean now?
They had 3 platinum records, but I don't know. It just depends. All depends on who you are, what record it was. All depends on, did you write the record or did you just perform the record? Because you might not have any money. You might not have made money from the record like that if you didn't write the record. If you all are just in a group and you signed to a record label and they brought you a record that was already written by somebody else, then you only make performance fees. You get performance fees. Like, you might, if you were already a big enough group, you might get a percentage of the publishing. But if you didn't write anything, more than likely you're not getting the pub on it.
Even if you're in a movie or a commercial afterwards, like, that's only publishing money?
That's not your money.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah, and you get performance like fees for that shit. Like, they might cut you, okay, yeah, we use the actual vocals again, so we cut them a small check. But that money, that publishing, that real money that comes in goes to the writer and producer.
So like a typical career path for somebody like that is kind of continue your career like behind the scenes in music, producing other music for other people.
I don't know if that's.
I don't mean to specifically say Far East Movement.
Oh, well, that's what you made me feel like.
I was kind of just saying, like,
in general.
if you like, my girlfriend was like, do they like still get money from that mega hit? And I kind of said, I think if it's in commercials and movies, I think they're making real money still.
If they wrote on, let me go click the record. Let me just click the fucking record to find out for you so I can stop speculating.
Or like, can they keep?
Let me see who wrote it.
I feel like they're
songwriters. They wrote it. Oh, they wrote it with Dev. Hey, Dev, shout out to Dev. That's my boy's wife, Jimmy. They wrote it with Dev. Yeah, they wrote it, but that's still split amongst 5 people.
I know, yeah. So I don't know.
And then they didn't.
Curious what their life would be.
The Cataracts produced it, so they still only get 50% of the record. Spread amongst 5 people, so they only get 10% each. Let's just say, just to keep the books clean. We don't know how much who wrote what, but 10% each. Yeah, they may have made it might have been a couple M's made off the record, or some M's made off the record, but then you gotta still think about they only eating 10% a piece off those M's. So like, let's just say 7 million records or whatever, it made $7 million, then they still only all take home $700,000.
And then over the course of the last 10 years, like, they're either making money in another way now than like
you can't live off that 700,000
That's
forever.
Yeah. It's just interesting to think about. I wonder how many of those bands there are that there were big hits and
One-hit wonders.
Yeah, and then I'm curious, do they get in the music industry or do they like work at Trader Joe's now?
Well, it just depends. Again,
they occasionally
those dudes. It might like a normal group like this that says Far East Movement wrote this. Cool, right? If I was to really do my fucking research and dive into Far East Movement, it might be two of the main dudes. There's four of them, maybe two of them who really fucking write. Who like we write for real, and they may have went on and they had careers writing other records. But I don't even know if I've heard. Let me see. Man.
What is your favorite one-hit wonder song? Like the top one-hit wonder song? Mine was the Bad Day. Like if you had a bad day.
Does that guy ever come back? That guy just.
I think that was like a one-hit wonder.
I thought it was Gavin DeGraw.
Gavin DeGraw didn't have a one-hit wonder. He had a little career. I remember Gavin DeGraw.
Yeah, it's a name. I mean, I knew his name.
I knew his name too. Shit. A one-hit wonder is like the person you gotta look up and be like, that's what they're called.
I love Stacy's mom.
Stacy's
which I feel like is a one-hit wonder.
Wasn't that?
It was Fountains of Wayne, but that guy, for example, wrote Stacy's mom, but he also wrote like a bunch of theme songs and jingles, and that guy's I'm sure made a bunch of money. Unfortunately, he died from COVID last year, but he made a bunch of money because he like was in the industry. And I was wondering, is that a normal career path for like when you're sitting in a room in the music industry and you're like, that guy made Tub Thumping?
Yeah, but like it's a normal career path, but at the same time, it's like a hit record is like literally like catching lightning in a bottle. Like it doesn't happen all the time. Like, you know, it's very rare that you get more than one number one. So like when you think about it from that percentage, yeah, that person may have taken the career to continue to write music, but they might just be getting placements. You might just be being like, they did number 12 on this album. They did number 10 on this album. They did number 3 on this one, but then that might not be singles. And yeah, you can make a living off that money for sure.
My instinct says Chumbawamba's still rich.
I don't even know what that is, bro.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna get me down. I feel like those guys can still tour. They're probably famous in England. I feel like those guys didn't have more than 1 or 2 hits. But like,
are you their demo?
But it was enough.
Are you their demo?
I was when I was 8.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Would you go to their concert? Thank you. They're not touring, okay?
Modern day, if I found out Chumbawamba was in town,
yeah,
like as a joke, I think it would be funny.
That's not. It's. You think everyone is there as a joke? Everyone in there in the audience is like, "We're here as a joke. Why are you here?" Also as a joke. Chumbawamba comes out. They're like, "The joke's on you. We're rich. Keep telling jokes."
Because I think if you had a big hit in the 90s, you probably dipped in the 2000s, but I bet you could get back on tour right now. I went to a Jimmy Eat World concert.
This Chris Farley thing has really been weighing on you.
I went to a Jimmy Eat World concert last year, and it was packed. Jimmy Eat World's still touring and selling out arenas.
Was that a cartoon character too?
No.
What was the cartoon character that had like
Jimmy Neutron?
No, he was like an earthworm, and he came out of like he had a
Earthworm Jim.
Jimmy
Eat World. I get it. I see it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for working with me.
No, but they had The Middle and The Sweetness were like their 2 big hits, but like they still sell out fucking. But those 2 were very big hits, I think. Yeah, you know, if you're listening, whoa, no.
This has really turned into such an American Idol karaoke podcast.
I know.
Over the episode.
I know.
It's Guitar Hero. Chris
people love it.
That sounds like the King of the Hill fucking intro.
It's all just waiting for me to be completely misunderstood on the podcast, but then in the comments later, people are like, "No, I know that song, Chris."
Yeah, everybody just tries to make Chris feel good, and Chris comes here just for that. He's like, "I know Sterling doesn't know it, but the fans do."
You know The Middle.
They're also all Chris Whitaker burner accounts.
No. I also
know it, Chris. Me too, Chris. Oh, is that Chris?
Yikes. Take down the episode. Take down the episode. Hey guys, welcome to Wine and Weed. Hey, it's Labor Day week. It's the day after Labor Day, the day before this is posted. We're doing another morning episode. I'm Chris Reinick, aka the Connoisseur, aka the Goop in Your Gap, aka your new baby daddy, aka your new camp counselor, aka clean shaven maven, aka speed bump, aka la la la. I could do them all, but I'm gonna stop there. And with me, as always,
I could not. My name is Sterling Stilo Brim, aka that dude, aka S to the beach and your best of the breed, aka that third leg that is just me, aka concerned father, aka Black Mama, aka RP Black Mamba, aka Steezington, aka Stallington, aka Stylist, and last but not least, your Uncle Elroy. And with us today,
you asked last week for the fans to give you some new
AKAs. Did they give me any?
Yeah.
You pulled them?
Yeah, be looking at the comments.
Damn, I have.
I didn't do a good read last week of the comments. Actually,
Can you tell me some of the AKAs, please?
Okay.
So people don't hate me.
AKA Mackay Pfizer.
AKA Mackay Pfizer is kind of funny. I saw that one and I was like, I'm not sure what this means, but I think it's kind of funny.
We're gonna go with it.
AKA Mackay Pfizer.
AKA Graphic Tee Stee.
Oh, Graphic Tee Stee. I like that one. I want to use that
AKA
one. Hey.
AKA Homeowner. AKA Frenchie Poppy.
AKA Homeowner.
Homeowner is kind of boring.
It's so boring and horrible that I think I might keep it. AKA Homeowner. Also car leaser.
Let's see. AKA Always on MTV. AKA Buy My NFT. AKA Couch Model. AKA Mr. Cooper.
I like Mr. Cooper. And I like Couch Model. I like Mr. Cooper.
I like Couch Model. AKA
I like Couch Model and Mr. Cooper. I'm going to work with some of these. Vintage T Steve, Mr. Cooper, and Couch Model. I'll be worked in. So
Wow,
I appreciate those.
congratulations
Thank you
to
guys.
you.
You got to make it to the next round.
Chris, wait. We got some new AKAs for you.
Oh,
AKA
okay.
The Sims. AKA Simulated. AKA Okay. AKA The People's Advocate.
AKA Simba.
AKA Beach Volleyball Referee.
Simba.
Oh, last week I was very beach.
AKA Lego Legend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're a Lego legend.
Lego legend.
Lego legend.
AKA the People's Advocate. I'm keeping.
AKA for you, CeeLo. AKA Cool as Kinkaba.
Hey, let's just focus on the fact that we have here with us today Miss Alana J.
Hey.
Thank you for coming back, Miss Alana J.
Thank you.
Thank you for
having me
reading,
again.
being our facts person today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're not here with us? Can you like take your microphone to your can you please be a part of the episode if you're gonna be here? Thank you.
Are you gonna introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any AKAs? Are you here?
My name's Alana.
She got shy.
What is wrong with you?
Because no, I'm shy. My name's
AKA.
AKA. I don't know, the girl with no AKAs.
The girl no AKAs. Have you not had any AKAs before?
Oh, AKA the girl in the reflection.
The girl in the reflection.
Yeah,
You
that
need some
was
more
my
AKAs. You need to bring some next time if you come do it.
I will come prepared.
All right. And if you don't know about this show, what we do on this show each week is we smoke a little weed and we drink a little wine, but we go over the news and different, I guess, topical events of the week.
That's true.
We are smoking on some of our favorite of all time, back again, even in the morning, get us faded, Area 41.
From Alien Labs. Some
Yes.
of our favorites, some of our favorite shows have been
come on this
starring this weed. So I'm excited for a good one.
Yeah. And what are we drinking, Chris?
We're drinking Stateland.
Stateland.
It's from Napa County.
But you said Stateland.
Stateland sounds.
That's right.
I also like saying Yogurtland though.
Yogurtland? That's what you said?
Instead of Yogurtland, I
Yeah.
just think it's funny every time. It
Yes.
makes me laugh.
Do you say Anchorman or do you say Anchorman?
Anchorman.
Anchorman.
Say why do you say not say Anchorman? Then?
Because it's not a place. What about
you and your weird rules, man?
policeman.
Policeman. Policeman is like country
Police
shit.
officer. I
Fireman.
really say policeman.
Feds.
Fireman.
12.
Fireman.
12.
Yeah, one time. You said
Fireman.
fireman.
Fireman sounds multiple. Fireman.
Fireman.
You're a firefighter.
You're a firefighter.
Firefighter.
Yeah.
You're right. Why do we gotta gender all these occupations?
Yeah, you're right.
It's 2021.
You're right. I did just think about like if you were like a 400-pound man though, and like a firewoman who was like 170 came up there to get you, you would probably be like, just go grab help, just go grab help, please.
Eating a hot dog can take 36 minutes off your life, study suggests. Life tastes pretty good anytime a hot dog is involved, but could these hot dogs actually be shortening your life?
Sorry, life tastes really good anytime.
Anytime, Glizzy Guzzler.
Life tastes pretty good anytime a hot dog is involved, but could these hot dogs actually be shortening your life? New research from the University of Michigan suggests that eating one hot dog takes 36 minutes off of your life. The study evaluated more than 5,800 foods, ranking them by their nutritional disease burden to humans. A beef hot dog on a bun resulted in 36 minutes lost, largely due to the detrimental effect of processed meat. If that headline stretches you out, imagine what competitive eating legend Joey Chestnut thinks. As he needs to be worried that all of these hot dogs are just taking years and years off of his life. I think if you're eating hot dogs in a Joey type of way, this could be a turning point in your life to maybe cut back a little bit. If you enjoy a hot dog once in a while, completely fine. In competition alone, Joey has eaten at least 1,000 hot dogs, adding up to 39,000 minutes off of his life. Joey
what the fuck does that equate to? Don't just give us 39,000 minutes. How many years is that?
That is a little more than 27 days.
That's like fuck out of it. Joey knew he was giving away 27 days when he ate 1,000 hot dogs.
When he started this whole hobby.
The same study suggests that eating foods like salted peanuts, baked salmon, and rice with beans are equivalent to adding between 10 and 15 minutes back onto your life.
Oh,
really?
Mm-hmm.
What are the add-on ones?
So we've got salted peanuts, baked salmon, rice.
Salted peanuts?
Yeah.
That feels a little
Feels wrong.
like Ventnor's is in here somewhere or whatever the fuck, whoever sells peanuts.
By Planters?
Peanut butter and
Planters.
jelly sandwiches can add 33 minutes can add 33 minutes onto your life. PB&J's.
I think this is all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Like, what if I'm just going to have a bunch of salted peanuts for the rest of my life and now I'm going to live to be 133? Like, how?
What if you did? What? What if you did an experiment right now where you're like, I'm starting today eating salted peanuts every day. You just see what happens. And you live to 133 years old and people ask you, how'd you get there? You're like, fucking salted peanuts. It's crazy.
I'd like to think this article. I also like imagining that it's Joey Chestnut's son who's writing the article, who's like, yeah, Dad, you got to stop eating all these. I don't know. I just thought Joey Chestnut comes very out of nowhere in this article.
No, I mean, he's the #1 hot dog guy in the world. So I would expect you to mention him. I really would.
Sorry.
But also, I'm I'm okay with knowing that 36 minutes are taking off your life every time you eat a hot dog. I don't eat that many hot dogs. And also, we've always known it was something up with hot dogs. We've always known that it was like every animal. It was a collaboration of every animal put into one meat. And that's what you eat is hot dogs. So for me, I'm not shocked.
Did we know that? I didn't know that. I thought it was just everything, every part of the animal. Like when you eat a pork hot dog, it's like every part.
I feel like hot dogs are like a little bit of raccoon, a little bit of possum. The Simpsons even had an old bit about it. I'll pull it up right now and fucking show it to you about what goes in the hot dog. And it's everything.
I think I have that same cartoon in my imagination that it is everything, but I think that's based off reality. But so I read this, and then I had a hot dog this weekend a couple times, and this kind of
after I read this
a couple times.
I had one on Sunday.
Hello, a couple times.
I had one on Monday, but it kind of really killed my vibe when I was eating the hot
while
dog.
it was killing me.
It was just like, oh, I guess I'm basically going to commit a little bit of suicide in order to enjoy this.
How long did you take to eat the actual hot dog? How long did it take to eat the hot dog?
Probably 2 minutes, maybe.
2 minutes to eat that dog.
If I'm gonna be honest, I think I ate the one on Monday pretty fast because I was hungry.
Okay, so let's just say average 2 minutes. A minute and a half, 2 minutes. I mean, that's 38 minutes you can't get back of your life right there.
That's a good point. But if you take 38 minutes eating it, it's like a net. It zeroes out.
No, it doesn't. It'd just be fucking 36 and 36. It wouldn't be.
Oh shit! You're right.
Yeah, hours have changed now. You've lost.
But you enjoyed those 38 minutes so much.
Maybe. I don't fucking know if you did.
That's what I'm saying. So every time you eat a hot dog from now on, you gotta like make sure you're having the time of your life.
Time of your life.
No passive hot dogs.
What do you say? So wait, you can't stop eating hot dogs? Like you don't hear this information and you're like, you don't hear this information. You're like, maybe I should cut out hot dogs. Like it's one thing I have to lose. You're like, gotta enjoy it, savor the moment.
Gotta live every hot dog. Like
but
it's
if you're
your
eating
life.
a hot dog and eating salted peanuts at the same time, that's how you
Peanut butter and hot dog.
Okay.
I mean, whatever you need. I mean, baked salmon. I mean, every time you eat baked salmon, you're helping put your life back together. Is it 10 minutes you get back, or is it 33 minutes?
33.
I don't think that.
Also, who's doing the math?
I also don't believe that.
Who's doing the research?
The marketing behind this could be so good.
It's like bullshit. Yeah, it's from fucking planters for sure, or it's from somebody trying to sell some salted peanuts.
Planters versus Oscar Mayer.
Salmon. Like, look, man, if you're gonna eat salted peanuts and salmon every day, you're gonna die of over cholesterol and fucking mercury poisoning.
Yeah, it feels like it's coming at black people. We definitely we like salmon. We gonna eat some salmon.
I think everybody likes salmon.
I thought salmon was gonna be more a white people thing.
Oh really? Oh, I like. I didn't know y'all like salmon like that.
Yeah, that's where we come together.
I'll shake your hand on that. No, I mean I know that like the one fish we don't connect on is catfish, but every black person don't eat catfish either. We might not all get it away. I thought y'all were more tilapia. I thought you guys are more like a snapper.
Y'all eat tilapia?
You guys? No, I mean I always thought tilapia was kind of like
universal.
I thought it was like the cheaper one, right?
It is.
It's like cheaper salmon.
No, it's not cheaper salmon. It's just like
it's like the
It's like if you want to eat fish. Well, it's probably like more tilapia versus catfish, not salmon's another level.
Okay, so then what's salmon versus what? What y'all be eating? Sea bass?
Sea bass is kind of expensive.
I don't eat that shit.
I think salmon.
What's the other fish y'all be eating? Trout.
Trout is really white.
Trout is white.
Trout is so white.
Rainbow trout is gay and white.
It's gay and white.
You're like, no, I'm a black heterosexual man and I like rainbow trout. You like have to deal with that identity. Tuna's one of the big fish.
But do you guys like eat tuna? Like, do y'all order? Nobody ever offers
ahi tuna.
Are you eating tuna?
Yeah, but nobody ever offers to cook tuna for you.
That's true. You got it from restaurants.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, nobody don't cook that shit. They ahi that motherfucker or they tartar that bitch.
Yeah.
They don't never be like, yo, let me cook you some tuna, nigga. Let me bake you some tuna.
I'm thinking ahi, which they just sear the top and bottom,
or tuna
right?
in a can. Tuna in a can.
Yeah, that's a different level of
That's
tuna. But I'd say tuna is a popular fish.
Yeah, but that's like it's a fish you forget, man. It's a cooked fish that y'all got going. It's not red snapper.
White people love red snapper.
Do they?
I don't know. I've never heard.
Shit, I was like, there we go. I heard it from him personally.
Oh, halibut.
Oh, halibut's a fish.
Yeah, it is.
We're just naming fish now. We're just trying to show people how we
I
fish.
feel like white people like the fish fillet at McDonald's, but maybe that's just my personal experience.
I don't eat that shit.
Who do you think is eating the fish fillet?
It probably is y'all. It probably is y'all.
I bought a homeless man a meal one time outside of McDonald's, and he specifically asked for the fish
fillet.
Fillet, yeah. I was like,
he was white.
He was white.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
No.
I feel like it's like fancy trailer park food.
That feels fair.
You know,
there was a restaurant in Montana that was like a fast foodie type of restaurant, and it was all halibut.
Fish fillet.
That's like us. We eat the McChicken. That's our. We're McChicken eaters.
McChicken.
Okay. Do you eat McChickens?
I'm not
I
a big
love
McChicken. I
A
don't
lot
like
of people
the
like
McChicken.
McChickens. They
I
fuck with
love
McChickens.
I think the McChicken is not the best
The
chicken
spicy
sandwich.
McChicken.
Nobody said it was.
What?
The
It's
cheapest,
so good.
bitch. Stay out our
Okay.
business.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'm a cheeseburger guy at the Big Mac. I don't know anybody
At
who
the Big
who-
Mac.
at McDonald's. I don't know anybody who likes Big Macs.
What?
Like
He
who's
does.
I eat a Big
you
Mac
do.
every
You
time.
always
First
get
time
Big
I ever
Macs.
had a Big Mac.
I eat a Big Mac every fucking time.
It's not that good.
I've been
It's
getting
so
the Big Mac
good.
since I was a kid, and I just get the Big Mac.
All right, well then I found him. I found the guy. I've been wondering.
I don't know what that really says. And now I'm judging myself. I'm like, am I a Big Mac eater?
You're basic.
'Cause I didn't know that a Big Mac eater was like a bad thing until both of you having that like exchange of like, he eats them. He's the person that eats them. I'm like, that's a bad thing.
I don't think it's gross. I just think I did. I didn't know who
You
ate it.
started off like that. You definitely think it's gross.
Honestly, I have it every once in a while because I feel like I probably had it 5 years ago when I went to McDonald's just because I was like, oh yeah, Big Mac's like their signature burger, and I never ever get it.
Is that their signature burger?
Yeah,
The Big Mac?
the
that's
Big
their
Mac.
signature. Yeah, it's a signature burger for sure. The Big Mac. I like the Big Mac, man. The Big Mac's good. I enjoy, like, if you got me a 2 cheeseburger meal, I'm like, that's cool. I understand that. I like that. I
Is
bought.
it the sauce that you like?
I don't know
'Cause I don't like
I
the
think it's
sauce.
Yeah, I don't like the
I
sauce
think it's
either.
the part of like I'm eating McDonald's. I
Yeah.
don't even want McDonald's to begin with.
That feels like all
If
McDonald's.
I'm gonna eat McDonald's, then I'm like, fuck it, give me McDonald's.
I've been, when I tasted the McChicken recently, when I was comparing chicken sandwiches, I tasted it and I was like, this isn't a good chicken sandwich, but it is McDonald's.
But no, they have another chicken sandwich. They have another chicken sandwich.
The spicy, the real one.
The spicy chicken sandwich.
The spicy, but they also have real chicken sandwiches. Like they have a real chicken sandwich on like
a grilled
gross
chicken?
one.
Not their spicy McChicken. They have a spicy chicken sandwich.
Yes,
now.
I'm saying they have a real chicken sandwiches.
Yeah. I just ordered that recently. I didn't even eat it.
Was it good?
I didn't eat it.
It would be cool if on fast food menus, instead of saying calories next to it, it said the amount of minutes taken off your life.
That'd be great.
Wait, what if
It would make you order completely differently.
different?
So,
Completely different.
well, that's what you thought was gonna happen with calories, but people just were like,
We don't
"Fuck
care.
it."
They should do minutes off your life. I swear to God, that
That'd be so
shit'd be
cool.
so good.
But if
Did
everything
you see
in
the
your
movie
life-
with Justin Timberlake that had the In Time movie? What was it
Oh
called?
yeah,
Yeah, where it takes minutes and shit off your life so you get to see when the fuck you gonna die. You're trying to rush to get more time.
every time
It's
he
like
eats
real life,
McDonald's,
you're gonna get a fucking checkpoint. Yeah. Every time you go to McDonald's, you just know.
every time he eats a hot dog, it goes down 13 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. When you get McDonald's, it's probably fucking a full on like
Day.
hour. It's got to be an hour at least. What do you think would be the most time taken from your life? Something that you ate that you was like, that for sure is killing me.
Ooh. I think some of those fucking food adventure days where I have like fucking 24 wings in one day. I'm like, what the hell? One time I had 8 shots of espresso
You
in
think
one day.
24
and that
wings
feels
is
like
killing
it
you
killed me.
more than anything?
I feel like
There's nothing else that you've eaten that's been like processed. Or this.
fair food, I feel like every time I go
Yeah.
to the fair, I'm like, this is for sure killing me. Fried everything. It's
Yeah.
so good.
on fried everything, too.
Yeah. I don't ever eat that shit.
I do. It's good.
It's definitely fair days, yeah.
Flaming Hots are definitely killing me.
Hmm.
I even watch basically blood come out my ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if they're killing you or torturing you.
And I'll still decide it's worth it. And that's something I want to get over. I'm too grown to be letting Flaming Hots defeat me at this age.
I go on a Cheeto binge or not Cheeto.
Dude, I'm on one right now. It fucking
Cheez-It
sucks. I
binge.
don't like it. I want
Yeah.
better for myself.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm waiting them to run out. And I'm like, never again am I buying you. Fuck that.
Man cuts off penis and throws it out of car during police chase.
Gotta get rid of it. Gotta get rid of the evidence.
A 39-year-old Tennessee man has been apprehended by authorities after he cut off and tossed his penis during a police pursuit. As per local Cookville station, blah, blah, blah.
You heard them.
He cut off his penis and threw it out of the window of his Honda Accord as he attempted to escape law enforcement. It began shortly after he was parked in the way of traffic on a highway, with him speeding off after authorities flagged him down. When I pulled up behind him and turned my lights on.
What the fuck? Dick.
I don't know. A dick just flew at the windshield.
This guy's serious.
Wait, he's serious. Did he do some kind of sexual assault? Like, why would he try to get rid of his dick?
Why is he
why is he like, gotta get rid of the evidence?
Everyone knows
it's like,
my
why
dick.
is that the evidence? It's like, what happened with his dick that he's like, I gotta get rid of this dick? That's all I want to know. Like, or is he just that fucking insane? And then you're like, obviously,
He was messed up. So he was
obviously
parked
he's
on
messed
the, yeah.
up. You don't just first of all, the pain it must be ripping your dick off to begin with. The fact that he then was like, gotta get rid of it. Like, he still was like hot potato. It's really like kind of like, yeah, you gotta be a different level of a monster at that point to not be in pain where you just crash. You're like, hot pursuit. Get rid of my dick.
What? Why was he in high pursuit?
He was just parked. So it says
we're gonna find the truth, and it's gonna be sad.
She just
said
he was
a
just
prediction.
parked.
No, he was just parked, and then it says shortly after, police behind him turned on their lights. He sped off and refused to stop. He was all over the road. He turned on the road. He was naked and covered in blood, and he shut his door and kept driving. The chase went on through 2 counties.
3 counties?
Blah. 2 counties.
2 counties.
It doesn't ever say why.
That's just crazy. That sucks. He's probably in some deep like hallucination or something.
So according to
But there
authorities,
is some weird logic in there that's like, they'll slip on this banana peel.
oh, he's a good guy.
I feel like he's
According
having a
to
mental break, and
authorities,
this sucks. God damn
They
it.
said he cut off his penis because he heard voices from his car radio that told him to do it in order to save the world.
Damn, yeah, he's having a
He
gnarly
was trying to
mental
save the
break.
world.
He's a good person.
Do you give him a Purple Heart? That's the least they could give him for him not having a dick anymore and thinking that he was saving the world. I would give him an honorary Purple Heart. They should give some of those away. When people like this do some shit like that, you like let him think that he at least did something good because your dick's gone.
And he cut it off for the good of all of us.
For all of
To
us, he
save
saved all of
us.
us. All of us. I would have been like, how much danger is the world really in?
Would have you cut your dick off to save the world?
Would you, Chris?
Wow, that's a good question.
Would you?
I mean, I would try really hard to make sure
was
the
the only
voices on the
option.
radio weren't going to be like, gotcha.
Well, they are.
They are. I mean, I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sure in that situation, in that moment, that fucking sucks. Is he okay? Is he gonna live?
He doesn't have a dick.
Yeah, is he going to jail though?
He's going to jail.
Oh, I
They're
feel
bringing
bad
him
for
to
him.
jail. This person definitely.
They should obviously.
And that's the only thing he did is he got freaked out when the cops showed up behind him while he was parked in a car.
He ain't had no warrants or nothing.
And he was freaked out in a car when, well, people probably reported him because he was doing something
No, I
He
crazy.
was
mean,
naked
during the
'Cause he had a
chase.
break.
He got naked during the chase.
During the chase, he cut off his dick, not like before.
But so he took his clothes off during the chase. He took all of his clothes. Cause they said he was naked though too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably it.
So did he take all his clothes off during the chase? That's some skill right there to be able to drive and take all your clothes off at the same time. Is insane. I don't think he did that.
While maneuvering,
It doesn't.
no, I
say
don't.
Exactly.
I think my guess is he started off naked,
Me
maybe like was running naked, got in this car, and then yeah, man. See, cops need to be better trained though, because like this guy's having a mental break. He's naked in his car, and they were like, "You're in trouble. Get back here."
Yeah, it just says during this
Yeah.
chase, he opened his door and he was naked. and
Who
covered
knows?
in
It seems
blood.
like a very difficult situation.
Oh, he opened it. Oh, he threw his dick out through the door. He ain't let the window down.
No, he opened the door.
I imagine it the whole time with him flicking it through the window. I really did. I didn't know he dropped it out.
Yeah, he opened the door, threw his dick out,
Real life Mario
shut
Kart.
the door, and kept going.
Whoa!
That's what I think that he thought was gonna happen.
He was like, got him. One down, one more to go. I'm going to throw some poop out next.
Did you start with poop?
You look around, first thing you see.
The first thing you see is your dick.
It seems quite planned because I'm like, to have a knife already in your car, you had to have already been like, I'm going to do this.
Person was already going through something, but maybe the logic was, I'm naked. I'm in trouble for being naked because they can see my penis. But if I don't have a penis, you know what I mean? There's like his logic. His logic went down that way instead of going down like I gotta put clothes on.
Actually, but that could be true, Chris. I'm with you.
I don't know. I'm just looking for the connection. I imagine this person was like in a dream. It was like a dream state, where it's like, why do you? What was happening to you in your dream when the voices told you to cut off your dick? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His dream was our reality. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening to some of his mental break.
I feel bad, man. I feel like, they should definitely figure something out for my dog. He already took a big enough L. He obviously was having a bad trip. I think he needs to, get some help if he can get some help. But I don't think he should necessarily be in prison if he didn't hurt anybody either. And they don't tell us how this ends. But if he didn't hurt anybody and they got out of this safely and all he did was lose a dick, I don't think he needs to lose any more time off his life. He probably ate hot dogs.
and that's hours if you eat a lot of hot dogs.
Lil Uzi Vert says fans tore $24 million pink diamond off of his forehead. Lil Uzi Vert has revealed his $24 million forehead diamond was ripped off his forehead while jumping into the crowd at Rolling Loud. The 26-year-old rapper broke the news to TMZ while walking into the 18th anniversary party of Jay-Z's 40/40 Club. I had a show at Rolling Loud and I jumped into the crowd and they kind of ripped it out, Uzi told The Outfit. I'm feeling good. I still have the diamond, so I feel good. While Uzi's story makes sense, it doesn't completely add up to his fans. After implanting a pink diamond in his forehead in February, fans started noticing as early as June that there appeared to be no signs of there ever have been a diamond on his forehead. The news also arrives 9 months after Uzi announced that he had finally finished paying off a pink diamond that he financed through famed jeweler Elliot. I've been paying for a natural pink diamond from Elliot for years now, Uzi wrote, claiming that he first started payments on the diamond in 2017. This one stone cost so much I've been paying for it since 2017. That was the first time I saw a real natural pink diamond.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I believe the story. My fans ripped it off. And I still got it. I don't know what fan ripped it up. It was like, Uzi, you dropped this. Uzi,
My bad.
You dropped your diamond. It cost $24 million.
That was implanted into your forehead. Feels like you'd have to rip it out, right? How do you implant a diamond?
I feel like
you'd
have to rip it out. I feel like blood would be everywhere.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh my God, Uzi's forehead.
It would have been a bigger
crazy.
story.
There'd be a whole video on it, a TikTok on it.
It would have been a way bigger story.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, somebody was taking a video while that concert happened, I bet.
Yeah, and that diamond did not. Did anybody say that they said as early as June, so did anybody even say that they saw him with the diamond at Rolling Loud?
It doesn't say.
Can we see the beginning of the video? Let's do some detective work. They added his fucking Sherlock Holmes hat on us right now. We do some detective work and see if Lil Uzi Vert ever had a $24 million diamond.
This doesn't seem to add up. But when he got this, or do you think it was just a stunt the whole time as a new way to show off a diamond that he had? Like, he has the diamond, but in order to make it a stunt, he said he implanted it in his forehead when he did it.
Yeah, I guess in June they're saying that they said that they don't even, people were saying that they've never even saw the diamond. Back in June.
I will say this much. I'm not pocket checking nobody. I don't care to. I don't know if Lil Uzi Vert has $24 million to spend on a diamond. Even if he is still making payments to this day, he said that he finally finished paying it off. I don't know that he has $24 million to put into one diamond. I'm not saying he ain't never made that money in his life. I'm not saying how much money he has. I just don't know if $24 million is an amount that makes sense for one diamond.
Yeah, agreed.
That's where I end.
So you think it all could be a show? He didn't get in his forehead. He doesn't even have the diamond. He didn't get it ripped out. It's all.
Do you think it's an insurance play?
No, I think it's probably just marketing from both. Of like, I'm rich, I'll stay relevant. I put a diamond in my head, I just get a piercing. It's a fake Cuban zirconian fucking pink stone. Who gives a shit? It's blah, 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 or some kind of pink stone. It's not really a diamond, but you can't really tell the difference. And then I just don't ever have to have it for real. Just take pictures with it. I do a whole bunch of things with it. For Eliante, it's a great marketing for him because it makes him look like he sourced a $24 million stone for Uzi. And for Uzi, it keeps him in the actual media. So for me, it's just probably just some bored fucking marketing from both of them.
Does that reduce his authenticity, or is it just like he's a performer? He can do that.
I don't know if anyone cares to look into it.
I don't know. I don't really. I don't follow his career closely.
You don't?
I know his songs. I don't follow his career closely. Like, I don't know him as a person. Until actually, I think we started talking about this diamond in his forehead. So, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Chris, if you could get trained for 1 year straight, would you box Jake Paul?
I mean, Jake Paul would beat me.
Why would you just say that?
Because I'm not really like, I don't think I have as much natural athleticism as Jake Paul does.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't want to count you out there. All right. He's out.
Would you?
Why? Would you?
Would I if I was training for a year?
Yeah.
I'd do it.
You do it? Would you kick his ass? We got it right here on the Wine and Weed Pod, guys. CeeLo Brim calling out Jake Paul.
I didn't call that Jake Paul. I feel like I do well. I feel like I do really well. I definitely wouldn't get KO'd.
Would you jump into celebrity boxing as a
Nah,
side gig?
It ain't my thing.
I think you just have to take it really seriously in order to do the best you can.
No, you gotta take it serious, because no matter
I still
what,
think it's the thing I want to do.
No, because it's a sport of clowns, in the sense of if you fight somebody and they beat you, damn, there's nobody that's like anybody's like respect. It's a sport that anybody that beats your ass, it's like, damn, fam, you got your ass beat by this person. It's like there is nobody that you're like, that person though was a stellar athlete and did this and did that. Jake Paul might be becoming that now, but if you were to beat them, people might be like, that was a real win. But I feel like if anybody you're fighting in the sport of celebrity boxing, is kind of like, if you consider yourself an athlete, you probably should win. You know, when I watch some of these little fights, I'm like, these people don't fight.
Right.
That's not what they do.
Right, because they don't want to like take it as seriously as a boxer does, and they don't have the.
I don't know if it's
They
that.
also don't have the athleticism. Well, maybe they do sometimes.
It's also hard to put all of that in 3 months training camp.
Yeah.
If that person's never boxed, and then you're like, hey, now you're gonna be a fighter. Now we got 3 months
For sure. Yeah, that
get
makes
you
sense.
in shape and do this. That person can probably come out and only do 2 things well. They might have a decent jab. It may be an overhand right they're going to be looking for. So Jake Paul looks for an overhand right a lot because he's still a young boxer. So he's still looking for a knockout kill shot. He's looking for, let me come over with it. So it's like, if he's...
So you're saying that you can beat him? Given 1 year.
Are you training me?
CeeLo Brim. This is my dude. I'm going to train him all the way from the bottom up.
Are you going to be Don King? Are you going to promote the fight?
I'll promote the fight.
How would you promote the fight?
I guess we would
what
do
would be the way you would market
press
it? How would
conference.
you get us going? Like, how would you?
Oh, damn. Right on the spot. How would I promote the CeeLo versus
Like, how
Jake
would you be
Paul
like,
fight?
yo, I'm going to get you, like, we're going to make it where you and Jake Paul meet at blah, blah, blah. We're going to get the beef going over here. I'm going to introduce you to, he said this, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
he'd have
that's
to.
what happens.
I'd have to create
the promoter,
some drama.
The promoter goes to like Jerry Springer style, and they go in the one fighter's ear, and they're like, "Hey, man, we really want to get you that Jake Paul fight. I actually talked to him last week. He has some shit to say about you." He said, "What?" I don't really want to be the person doing that. I'm just gonna say he said he'll run through you. Said you was bitch made. Said you was bitch made. So he said. That person now is like, yo, what the fuck? How you gonna sell this? How you gonna get this fight going, Chris?
Alana, you want to hook up with Jake Paul?
I'm like, you gotta keep together. You gotta keep together.
Then we can, play the whole relationship angle.
Oh, I
That's
like
good,
that.
That would be a lot. It would be a negative world to like exist in the boxing world. You're just constantly looking at waves for people to start beef. It's just like you're a drama queen if you are in like story behind professional wrestling. I mean boxing, but also wrestling.
Wrestling's fake.
Yeah, but boxing is becoming wrestling in a lot of ways, right?
Isn't it crazy how wrestling is quote unquote fake? I don't want to say it's fake like that because wrestlers get
Scripted,
but it's scripted. And they still like really get married to the other wrestlers. Aren't you always like, wait, why is that part not fake? Like, who's making them actually get married? It pisses me off every time. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, they're engaged for the show. That's cool. And then like E gives them a show, and they're like, have a real life. You're like, what the fuck? Is this not fake too? Is this real?
Whoa.
What if you found out all of wrestling was actually real?
What do you even mean?
Like it wasn't fake, it was real.
I watch it.
Oh.
I know it's fake. Okay. I'm a wrestling fan. I watch it and I see what's going on.
But what if you met Dwayne Johnson and he was like, I hated that fight in '98. Fucking that guy really came out of nowhere and beat the hell out of me. And you're like,
I think they had real
but you
rivalry.
knew that was gonna happen. He would be like, no.
Yeah.
No, okay. So I do watch wrestling enough. I gotta defend wrestling right now. That I know that like there are some real beefs and real like animosity within wrestlers because it's kind of like it's an interesting world as well because it's you constantly trying to move up this ladder in which it's kind of still just a system. It's just somebody that's telling you what number you go up a ladder or not. So it's kind of like you gotta impress the boss.
Theoretically, or like a real WWE ladder.
No, I'm saying theoretically. Theoretically, I'm saying like you could be like the 5th best in the heavyweight division, and you're like, well, hard work, yeah, really can get me up there, but also no, they have to still write me in.
Yeah.
They have to still be like, hey, this guy can sell something or do something or we like him for this reason.
I'm kind of surprised wrestlers aren't more present on social media because I feel like they'd be trying really hard to like show their value so that they can be in the WWE.
I think the WWE kind of controls that.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I like that. They're just going from inside.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't like that because they're like in some camp and they're being controlled. But
God is in control. 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 God is in control.
Welcome back to our karaoke podcast.
God is in control. God is in control.
Facebook's AI technology.
Perfect.
I like it.
Is something preventing you from achieving your goals? Or is there something out there that's interfering with your happiness? You can check out betterhelp.com/wineandweed, and they'll help you assist and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. There's licensed professional counselors who are specialized in depression, relationships, sleeping, trauma, stress, anger, family conflicts. Anything you share is 1000% confidential and is done by a professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/WW. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/WW. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. The service is available for clients worldwide, and you can find your particular expertise you need online. Don't limit yourself to the counselors located near you. Facebook's AI technology mislabeled video of black men as primates. Facebook is apologizing after its artificial intelligence technology mistook a video of black men as primate content. According to the New York Times, The mistake was brought to light earlier this week after a former Facebook designer was sent a screenshot of the mislabeled video. The post in question, which was published by the Daily Mail in June 2020, showed footage of a group of black men interacting with police officers. Those who watched the video were presented with an automated prompt and asked, "Keep seeing videos about primates," along with yes and dismiss options. As we have said, while we have made improvements to our AI, we know it's not perfect and we have more progress to make, Facebook said in a statement to the Times. We apologize to anyone who may have seen these offensive recommendations. A representative for Facebook went on to say that the team has since disabled the recommendation feature that caused the unacceptable error, and its team is now trying to find ways they can prevent similar incidents from happening again.
Okay, so can I ask some questions? Because I'm not completely clear on this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a facial recognition thing?
Yes.
And it labeled these black men as primates, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why is there an option for primates? What primates are using the actual technology? Like, I want to know what I am. Like, it feels like it's racist. It feels like,
Yeah.
It's like, why would we even have that option? It's like, what monkey is like, well, we want to make sure Chester the monkey has an option because we use them in labs. It's like, well, that nigga still ain't running the shit on his own.
I'm not saying it's not racist, but I am saying that people love animal videos. So they probably had AI to like, go, you want to see movies about dogs? You want to see videos about cats? Yeah. You want to see videos about, I would call them chimps, not primates. Primates is kind of a weird way to say it.
But even if it's recreating that for you, why would you ever need to label the person that's using the technology as a primate?
No, it's not. It's labeling the people in the video.
Oh, I asked that. That's all I was saying. I said, is it labeling the person with the facial recognition as
But it is. It's labeling the people in the video. That's how we heard it.
Oh, okay. No. I was saying like the person using the technology actually using the thing. Like, is it saying like, oh, enter your shit. And it's like, oh, you are one of these. Oh, we read you as a primate. I'm like, what world is a primate using a laptop and being like, nigga, let me type in my shit. So I was like, it feels really racist. It was like, when you put an option for primates in there, you're like, what primate is using the laptop, nigga? Feels like you just saying black men.
I feel like we can thank Alien Labs for you thinking
that this is really racist.
That it was also labeling the person that was using it, which sounds like they will in the future.
But also, why would it be labeling black men as primates in the fucking technology?
In the video? That's what I'm wondering.
It's still wild. That's still wild.
And it still feels suspicious of, I get what you mean. I still agree with what you mean. I was just saying, but I think this is what they have it. But it still
Let me see the chimps. Let me see the chimps that they using. Let me see these niggas stand up straight. I want to see them close to the black man they using, and I want to see how the fuck they made the mistake. No, not for real. You don't really have it. Why would you have your phone? I don't know. Search it.
You want to see
you
like
seem really mad.
You want to see like the wireframe that they use.
I want to know, how is this a mistake? Yeah. I want to know like what black person, man, and what chimp imagery did you use in which you were like, this recognition or this thing here, these are one and the same. It's bullshit, number one. But secondly, let me know where the mistake happened so I can try to at least be like, oh, this wasn't racist.
Because I'll also look into the point that they said a former Facebook employee designed it or was responsible for the mistake. My guess is that was on purpose. That person got fired. There's an NDA where they can't say they got fired. So they say that he is a former Facebook employee and then they blame it on the AI. That's another theory. You know? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, then he went to the press with it. He was like, please let them know that I made the racist technology. I promised them I would. And all the white supremacists up top were like, he did do it at least. He got fired for us.
Or is AI just racist? Whoa.
Not Allen Iverson.
Google in 2015 came under fire after its Photos application mistakenly tagged images of black people as gorillas.
It did. This is not a mistake. This is just happening. It's not like you can't just keep being like, yeah, we make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Y'all look just alike. It's confusing us. Like, what racist motherfuckers? This is on purpose.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, put them next to each other, right? Like, no, motherfucker, like, we're racist. This is definitely racist. This shit.
I agree.
It's like, what?
They just
It was an honest mistake. It's like, no, it's not.
They just start tagging certain white people as dolphins, and you're like, white people don't look like dolphins. And you're like, the AI said they kind of look like dolphins. It's like, I don't know. I just
No, I'm with
it
you.
seems too specific. It feels directly racist. But
It is directly racist.
I agree.
Yeah, if it was like the technology was like, yo, it keeps reading black people as fucking dogs, I'd be like, I never heard that one. That was new. That was new. I'd be like, I don't think we look like dogs, but that was new. But like the chimp thing is like, no, it's the same story for a reason.
Old joke. Like, come up with some new material.
Yeah, they're like, all right, okay, Alana, is that what you want? Get to working.
I just don't think like racist. Like, yeah, there hasn't been new racist jokes in a long time.
And you're pissed about it.
I'm pissed.
You just love new material.
Gen Z is not coming up with any racist jokes. They don't fuck with it. Gen Z is not fucking with anything that offends anybody.
Do you think Gen Z is going to be a funny?
Gen Z is trash. Gen Z. I'm joking. Gen Z, calm down. I know you're listening. I fuck with you.
They just started listening because you said they're trash, and now they're sending everybody after you.
No, I fuck with Gen Z for a lot of reasons.
Because I don't want to upset you.
I do fuck with them for a lot of reasons. They do fight for something. And that's something that they try to argue that we didn't, but that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Maybe our parents didn't. I can get with you on that.
They can fight easier because they have social media. It's easier for them.
It
to
is. They can fight
for
from their fucking homes.
Yeah.
But Gen Z is super offended by everything, and it does bother me at times. I was with some Gen Zers not too long ago.
Gen Zers.
And they were like making me feel uncomfortable for an obvious joke I told. I thought it was hilarious. It was definitely an offensive joke, but I think a good offensive joke is great in my house, right? The Gen Zers looked at me like, not okay. And I was like, that was weird because I know they know that was a joke. So why wouldn't they laugh? It's really weird. Time went on and I decided to address it. I was like in my home, too uncomfortable.
Do you want to tell the joke?
Do I want to tell the joke?
Do you tell the joke?
Kind of feel like people might not sign. I'll tell the joke though, since you called me out, Christopher.
I mean, I don't know.
It's not a bad.
I know that people are, while they're listening, wondering what the joke could be.
It's an obvious joke. Did I already tell you the joke?
You've told me.
It's an obvious joke. Let's start with that. But the joke went like this. My little cousin, he's got a one-man show coming up. Get your tickets if you haven't already. I don't know how to. They're all link in bio. They're not in the bio, but yeah, he's doing a one man show, and I was telling him, hey, you know who did a good one man show not too long ago? Mike Tyson did one, and Mike Tyson had a one man show with Spike Lee, and Mike Tyson had this joke in there, or there's not even a joke. He was telling a story. So he like grabbed this lady, and she turned around at him like, not okay. He said instantly he knew, fuck, not okay. So I tapped my cousin. And I say, yeah, that was a different time. That's when basically people were touching women without even asking. It was crazy. Take me back. No? Okay. No. Obvious joke, right? Everybody.
You're
joke.
being ironic.
Yeah. Obviously.
Exactly.
The irony all in it.
But they did not like the irony.
They didn't like the irony at all. They looked at me as if I was a murderer and they knew where the body was. And I was like, you know what? This makes me feel uncomfortable. Time went on. I didn't say anything. And then I just felt like the mood was just not the same since that joke was said. And I said, hey, both of you. You're not going to be in my house and make me feel uncomfortable. That was a fucking joke I told earlier. I obviously don't want to go back to a fucking misogynistic ass time where men could touch women without asking. That's not what the fuck I want. And they looked at me and still didn't smirk. And I was like, this is just uncomfortable. Gen Z does not forgive. And it took me to cancel culture in my own household.
It is. That's
I got
exactly what I'm
canceled by
thinking.
Gen Z in my own house
so
for no fucking reason over a joke. And they knew it was a joke, and they still looked at me and said, we don't fucking joke. And I was like, Gen Z is just a bunch of cold face ass killers. And I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. Now's my TED Talk on Gen Z. But Gen Z, I do like you because you fight for stuff, but you just fight too hard and you fight too aggressively sometimes.
Also, they look for the worst intentions possible sometimes. There was one guy who I saw a tweet this weekend, and he posted a picture of a woman, like a picture of a woman in like 1992, and like she had an airbrushed picture and like kind of like friffy hair and a weird makeup is not done today. Like, he was right with his observation. He said, do women like this even exist anymore? And he said, I mean, he used some photo science word. He went like in a photo scientific way. He was like, I mean, like visually, women don't look like this anymore. And the amount of people that went after this guy was obviously just like, hey, isn't it crazy that women don't look like this anymore? And like, then he like wrote a follow-up tweet and he was like, women are more beautiful than ever now. And this is not what I meant. I was just talking about an aesthetic. And he's like, I just see the good in life. Hey, I'm not a fighter. Peace. And then people started replying like, it's people who just see the good in life that are the problem. And they started going after the fact that he was like an optimistic person. It was so funny to watch this guy get dragged for just making an observation.
Call me biased, but I can understand my take on it as a clear joke more than this man making a statement on women at all. Okay, I see the side of women. Why are you even making the statement on us? No, I kind of do feel that way though. I don't care enough to make a statement on what women have going on.
That is what people said.
Yeah, I kind of don't. I wouldn't have made the statement.
They said I would have made the statement. I just thought it was like a non-political dude who was like, you know what I noticed? People
like,
don't look like. I don't know.
Somebody should be like, hey, dude, everything's political now.
Everyone was like,
can't say that.
Hey, fuck you, buddy. And I just thought it was. I'm not trying to defend the guy. I just thought it was hilarious.
How do you feel as a woman that hears like that guy say that? Like, if a guy is like, oh, you know what I noticed? Women don't look like this anymore. You like, fuck you. Why the fuck? We know what I noticed. Men don't look like this anymore. Men don't.
I've noticed the same thing. I actually kind of agree with the guy. I'm like, if you look back at like time period photos,
I think
you're like,
men
oh,
in
weird.
The same era.
It's interesting how like people, I feel like, look completely different.
Yeah. Have you seen Clyde Drexler like back in like 89, 92, 91? Clyde Drexler's like he plays for the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah.
He's like literally maybe 31. Mm-hmm. He looks all of 52. Like people back in like 87, 88. You ever see?
They always look
older. They had an older like
yeah.
that's why. And nobody ever says, you know, like whatever. You know, not judging whatever it is. I just don't know why. If you're that guy, of course, he may not be political, but I don't know why you even make a statement on it. You just let it be.
I didn't think the statement was that big of a
I
deal.
thought he was just saying. You ever see?
No, I'm saying I don't know, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. My point is, if it's not that big of a deal in this time, then probably don't make the statement.
I mean, he was just a regular guy, right? Just tweeting.
I
so
think
it's like,
he
why
was just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not like a.
Yeah, he's not a.
He might have a check.
Is he a blogger? Is he a journalist?
I think I looked in his past to see if he had like if he was like a political guy.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't, but now I feel like if it turns out it's fucking that dude Matt Walsh or something, like, okay, I don't agree with this.
But don't you ever feel like I took the story?
You're right. If it's, I get what you're saying. If it's part of an agenda, yes, that could be offensive. But if it's just a dude who just
because even if I took it like this, like like Marilyn Monroe.
He's like, I have 700
like
followers. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was feeling like Marilyn Monroe. People don't look like that, like her anymore. I'm like, you don't. I feel like people look different.
What if you did see a chick that pulled up and she was looking just like Marilyn Monroe? Would you be like, whoa, that is it?
You'd be like this person, like it would feel like a Disney person, like a larger than, it would feel like a person in a costume.
Yeah, I feel like beauty trends are like, they're trends. They're different. So like people don't exactly look the same or do their makeup or hair the same back then as they do now.
I know, but I think
it's offensive.
I think I agree with you. I think when you think about, and this is not to get too into it because I don't give a shit.
Now
about.
I'm afraid of like the guy. I have no idea who tweeted
you're
this.
fine. I don't want to get too into it because I don't care enough. But at the same time, I think that when society has been so much so of one side telling another side how to look. That's why they're overly sensitive on it and being like, yo, well, you made me this way. You constantly told me how I should look, how I should dress, how I should, act. So with you trying to comment on how I look, dress, act, anything at all right now in a time when we know that's not appropriate, quote unquote, is going to just be an overly sensitive response as well.
Yeah.
And you should know that. Read the room, buddy.
You ever run into a guy who has kind of like a white dude who has like Jerry Seinfeld-ish hair? And you're like, whoa, you look like a person from 20 years ago. Like, you don't run into guys who have like feathered hair very often anymore, but occasionally you do. And you're like, that's still around. I would tweet a picture of Jerry Seinfeld and be like, men don't look like this anymore.
Paralympian Mohamed Zayed loses gold medal for being 3 minutes late. The Paralympics, is that how you say it? Paralympics, okay. Made clear this week that the event has no tolerance for a lack of punctuality. Malaysian shot putter Mohamed Zayed appeared to have won gold in the shot put in the F20 class, but after the victory on Tuesday, he was disqualified because he had shown up late for the competition. International Paralympic Committee spokesman said he and 2 others who did not reach the podium were allowed to compete under protest after they failed to appear on time for the event. They were late. They may have had a logical reason for being late, and therefore we allowed them to compete and look at the facts of the matter afterwards. A statement from the World Para-Athletics, which governs track and field for parasports, said a referee had determined after the event that there was no justifiable reason for the athlete's failure to report on time. The disqualifications bumped...
I just want to know, like, how much time before the match is on time?
How much time before the match is on time?
You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, oh, they failed to show up on time. Is it like, oh, your actual time to shot put and you didn't show up on time to shot put? Or is it like you didn't show up at what they call your call time, which could be 2 hours before you're actually to go and do it, and you showed up 3 minutes late 2 hours before? And you're like, I'm 3 minutes late 2 hours before.
I think it was there during... like when they were actually supposed to perform.
Oh. Did you just make that up?
No, I'm reading it.
Oh.
I made it up.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because I'm trying to finish the article.
It feels like very direct to this guy. Like, is he some
Well, him and
star?
2 others were disqualified. So 3 people total.
Well, why were all... This feels
they
like a
late.
Ryan Lochte situation where they're some Paralympic rock stars who are like, sorry we were late, and they're like, we're not putting up with this anymore just because you're the best in the world.
What is Paralympics?
You won, but you're not getting it because you're late.
Does that mean you're missing a part of your body?
Yeah, what kind of para athletes are these guys?
Because I do have a statement and a question all in one breath, I guess.
They have a range of physical disabilities,
This is my
including
question.
impaired muscle power, quadriplegia, muscular dystrophy.
Quadriplegia. This is kind of important to me.
It is.
If you're missing one arm, are you in the same category as a quadriplegic?
No,
because a quadriplegic is doing a lot more than
Chris. You know, I've been asking this question for a while. Why would you do that, Chris?
Well, no,
My question is simply, how do you put them all in the same category or in the same race or in the same shot put Olympics if they all have different things going on? If they got one of them that's like, I'm missing just this thing, and there's another that's like, I'm missing both my legs, and there's another that's like, hey, I got this thing going on, and this is why I'm able to even be in the Paralympics. Like, how is it that everybody gets bunched in one category?
So they don't. They compete in 6 different disability groups: amputee, cerebral palsy, visual impairment, spinal cord injuries, intellectual disability, and les autres.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is that not too vague? If you're in amputee category, right? And
within each group, athletes are further divided into classes on the basis of the type and extent of their disabilities. Individual athletes may be reclassified at later competitions if their physical status changes. So there's different sectors.
So like,
within
so you
each-
telling me like the dude that's missing both his legs is not racing the dude who's just missing the arm?
No.
Okay, because I was losing that's unfair. 'Cause they're racing against each other. This dude's just like.
What if you have combos? What if you're
What do
visually
you mean
impaired?
combos, Chris? Watch your mouth.
What if you're visually impaired and you're missing a leg? Can you go against another visually impaired person, or do you just have to? Can you go another visually impaired missing a leg, or do you
What's the question?
I wonder
have to
how
choose
visually
missing
impaired
a
do you have
leg
to be?
or visually impaired?
So you said like, let's say, oh wait, is there a visually impaired track and field?
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, how visually impaired do you have to be to
It's the
compete?
easiest one to take.
Well, that one probably just has rails on it, like bumpers. Like you would just say, like, "Yo, I'll put you in this thing, and you stay in here. Or you stay."
I mean, I mean,
What?
it's an
I'm
advantage.
thinking about it
Well,
now.
here's the thing: it's an
I like
advantage
your-
to be able to see, right?
I
Sterling?
like your giggle. Yeah, what'd you say, Chris?
It's an advantage to be able to see.
Obviously.
So that's why even if you're a runner, you should be competing against other blind runners.
Yeah, you definitely
know?
can't be racing people who. Yeah.
You can't.
What?
So that's
That'd
why
be wild.
it totally makes
That'd
sense
be
that there's a
wild.
category.
Watch out! Watch out! You be saying,
He's really
be
fast.
fucking
I feel like
him
that's
up?
like a Mighty Ducks character. He's the
Stop.
fastest of all time, but he's blind. And then
Somebody has to catch him. The race has been over.
you won.
The race has been over. You won
Yeah.
again.
Again.
Not somebody having to catch them to tell them the race is over. Because what if he is hella fast? And just nobody catches him.
They have a dude waiting out there already. He's on the side. Catches it. The race is over.
That's awesome that they're. I want to see a documentary on the best blind athlete in the world.
That is
I
really
bet they're
cool.
It would be
amazing.
dope as
I
fuck.
didn't know that was part of it.
I didn't know he got broken up like that. Now
I
that
never
makes me
thought
feel better.
about it.
Because, but I don't know if I all the way believe it because I've seen videos. Because I do a show called Ridiculousness, in which we see a lot of videos. I've seen videos of people with all different disabilities in one race. And that really bothered me when I saw that because I was like, what is going on? This is not fair. This does not feel like everybody should be in the same group.
Maybe it's like a prelim thing.
To
You know, maybe
qualify to
it's a
even
pre.
be-
It's like your county.
I didn't know if he was. I thought he was saying prelim.
God damn it.
I looked at him like, what? Bro, do not go down this path. You're my friend, and I don't think we can come back. Do not go prelim.
It's a preliminary round where
I
like
think it's not worth it, Chris.
it's the county and there are multiple people entering in the same category,
Yes,
and it's
yes,
like, look,
yes.
they're all gonna make it.
Yes.
Let's have them go together. We might get a ridiculousness video out of it. I'm sorry, probably don't include that.
No, that was
Wait,
funny
That
as
was
shit.
mainly for you.
What?
so
That's hilarious, dude. You didn't say anything wrong. I interpreted it
No,
wrong.
just we might get a ridiculousness video out of it.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Texas heartbreak bill takes effect. Clinics stop abortion appointments. Planned Parenthood clinics and others are no longer scheduling abortions beyond the 6-week mark in Texas after new state law came into effect today banning most procedures. The new law came into effect after midnight after the U.S. Supreme Court did not act on an emergency request by pro-abortion groups to block it. The law bans abortions once a fetal heartbeat can be detected, which is usually around the 6-week mark. Planned Parenthood, who filed the emergency request with the court, is among the abortion clinics that have already stopped scheduling the procedures beyond that time frame in the wake of the new law.
We covered this before. It's sad that we have to cover this again. We covered this, I think, even in the Michael B. Jordan episode, to be exact. But it's just
Right, it was in Georgia, as I
trash.
heard.
Yeah, it was in Georgia. It's trash. It's super trash because, I mean, most women don't even know that they're pregnant by the 6-week mark. They, you might think your period has just changed, cycles change. So for you to have made a decision, quote unquote, already by 6 weeks is super unfair because by the time you find out, it might be too late
Yeah.
from a legal standpoint in the law. I mean, in the state of Texas, it's trash. It's super trash, and I don't know how we're not making or the the government isn't stepping in and helping make a decision for the state because the state isn't making the right decision.
They're not. I agree.
Well, the problem is that they kind of went around it in order to make it a law, and now it's going to go to this, and now it's gone to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, because we don't have Ruth Bader Ginsburg anymore,
Of course.
is now going to side with it.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
I did my research on this, and then I.
This law is really wild to me because it puts citizens in a lot of power.
But
like
wait, has it gone to the Supreme Court yet?
Yeah, so
and
it went to the Supreme Court, and
they did side with them.
They did side with Texas, and with this law, it's interesting because you can do a civil suit against these people. Like if you assume someone had an abortion, you can sue them, and then I think like the minimum is $10,000 or something like that they'll be requested to.
And what are they doing as far as when people who are Texas citizens or whatever it is, leave Texas and go somewhere else and get an abortion? Are they going to start actually having, I guess, criminal offenses against these people?
Yeah, with everyone, Uber drivers.
That's
if you drive someone, anyone who's performing them or in the room, anybody who knows about it, yeah, they're all.
I can't.
Texas and Florida, I don't want to keep getting into this like these places are bad, because they're not. I don't have anything against the people from there. I don't have anything against, but the states themselves continue to make decisions that I have to question from a moral standpoint, from me just being a person that lives here in the States and I watch different things. Florida and Texas kind of abide by their own rules. Now, I know, again, I have a lot of friends from Florida and Texas, but the states themselves kind of abide by their own rules, and they constantly are rules that are hurting people, and I don't get it, man. I don't be getting
and want to
shit.
restrict other people so much. Like they want to tell people what to do, and I don't get it. I also watch these anti-mask, anti-vaccine rallies happen in the same place. That's like our body, our choice.
Yeah.
And now
Is
also
our body, our choice?
they're like, my body, my choice. I don't want to get the vaccine. I don't want to wear a mask in public. And I'm like, are you ironically using this because you don't listen to this when somebody else says it to you?
Right.
So is this funny to you? Like, is this ironic to you? Are you, or are like, where is your mind? Is your mind that you're owning the libs by like saying my body, my choice? Or do you believe in the idea of my body, my choice, which is not a bad argument? And if you do, then why are you restricting these women with their body, their choice?
Can I ask you a question? When is any of it based in logic?
It's based in controlling. What? Controlling? It's based in controlling women. It's based in.
It's definitely controlling women. I mean,
or is it like they care about life?
I think
so
men
much?
definitely no. I think men fear. I think men fear. I think. Well, I think about women in general, and I think about like what women are able to do and have been able to do with the conditions they've been put in. I think that men obviously fear that. They fear that exactly. They fear like, oh, if we were to give women everything we truly had, who is to stop women from taking over? And men have put a world together in which they are in control of. And the moment they take that away from themselves, where are they left?
That's what I think is really going on. But do you think that's the conscious thought process?
1,000%.
A lot of people.
1,000%. I think
I wonder.
I think the men in control. Yeah.
I think there are a lot of people who are like, no,
Men in
I'm
control.
pro. There are a lot of women who are pro-life. Like, what are they? Is it just being conditioned, or is it that they? To me, it's like, okay, if you care about this life, like show that you care about life, because you don't care about life. You care about this one moment, and then you give up on that life completely.
I think it's really scary. I think it's very Handmaid's Tale. It's very, if you've ever read the book Vox, it's very, I think the fact that it's 2021 and we are still having debates over this is insane to me. And then it just got passed. It's scary. And it just means that this opens the door for more laws and more regulations to be put in place over women's body. And you're right. Like 6 weeks, unless you're actively trying to get pregnant with your partner, you probably don't even notice that you're pregnant or that you've missed a period or whatever. So it's really scary. And then it's going to put a lot of lives in danger too, because I feel like it's going to make a lot of women do like the, abortions, either obviously not by a licensed doctor or anything like that. So it's scary. It's all around really scary. And it's really wild to sit back and watch. That's like, this is really happening.
And they fucking in Texas.
Yeah,
they fucking in Texas.
And then even giving it into people, empowering people to tell on other people, to be like, oh, we'll reward you with at least $10,000, and then anyone can be liable.
I didn't even hear that part.
Yeah,
and watching the
That's
national
insane.
government. I mean, I hate to look at it so theoretically, because I understand that these are also like there are women right now who are being like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I just found out I was pregnant, and it's past 6 weeks, and now I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Yeah, and
I hate to like not consider that person, but on a larger level as well, the fact that then the federal government went, we're cool with that.
Yeah.
And like Trump barely lost the election and like could come back in. It's just weird to see that like, oh, that if the state's government's already like that and the judges are reaffirming that, like it's weird to see where that could lead to.
Really weird, yeah, to sit back as a nation and just watch while our elected government officials just sit back and watch this happen. But that's also why it's so important to vote too, and to really, because these are people that we've put into power.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I hope this is not for us to come to more states. I don't think it is for too many more, but who knows? I mean, this, again, like you said, opens up the conversation. So I'm pretty sure some states feel like Texas is doing the right thing. We need that.
Yeah, I mean, all those Bible Belt states that have already passed these really strict abortion laws probably are going to...
Georgia will be next.
Yeah, follow suit.
Did Georgia already do it? Is Georgia's already...
Well, but Georgia people are Georgia's more of a blue state because people are voting.
Yeah, no,
more.
of course.
So Alana's totally right.
Yeah.
Do you hear him growling at me for nothing?
That's a great one. So where are the Baha Men now?
Where are the Baha?
Are the Baha Men
definitely performing Who Let the Dogs Out at birthday parties?
Yeah.
The Baha Men probably are part owners of Chuck E. Cheese now, and they're like, we'll perform instead of Chuck E. for sure.
You're right. The Baha Men actually has such a, like, if the Baha Men performed at your birthday party, you'd give them at least $15,000, right?
No, fuck no.
Somebody would. For
$2,500.
sure.
Take it or leave it, Baha Man. Give it to me.
Baha
Man, snatch it from you every time. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Because also, yeah, they're only performing one song.
They're pissed about it every time. Give it to me.
And then they walk over and immediately start performing.
Who let the dogs out?
For a birthday party full of people.
4 times in a row. Like his niggas in Paris.
Run it back. Encore.
Who let the dogs out?
If I had a crazy birthday party and at one point I went, ladies and gentlemen, the Baha Men.
First of all, what are you, Great Gatsby?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Introduce ladies and gentlemen, the Baha Men.
Yeah, I'm throwing a Gatsby style party.
Oh shit!
And if at one point I'm saying,
high for sure.
I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, the Baha Men.
Yeah.
Like, I am Gatsby. I didn't pay $2,500 for them.
But you're Gatsby. That's the only reason you paid $15,000, because believe me, the Baha Men would have taken $2,500. The Baha Men would have taken $2,500. The Baha Men are not getting booked for shows just like that, Chris, anymore. I fuck with the Baha Men, but I think they should probably get a residency at Universal Studios. That's where they'll make their money.
Not Universal Studios.
Imagine you saw the Baha Men when you were walking by, and they did Who Let the Dogs Out at all times. Now, for every
I would
person
be super sad for them.
But imagine
it would actually ruin my day.
But imagine every person that's walking by, though, they're hearing Who Let the Dogs Out for the first time again, and they're seeing the Baha Men. They're like, shit, That's the Baja Man, and this is Who Let the Dogs Out. That's fucking crazy. Like, so each person gets a new breath of fresh air of the Baja Men are performing Who Let the Dogs Out.
Okay. The only way I'm going with this is if I'm watching the Animal Actors show at Universal Studios.
Have you seen that shit? The animals are sad, dude.
Oh, they are? I haven't seen it.
Me either.
Oh,
I know they
I
are.
thought that they were happy animals.
You've never thought the animals were happy.
At dog shows, you think the animals are kind of happy, right?
The dogs are running toward food, but like it's still a cold world out there.
It is a cold world. They're like very, very trained, but
I put
I
Nucky
feel like
in a
they're
dog
having
show.
a good time
I'll
running
put Nucky in a
around.
dog show and just tell them to have a good time. Remember, first and foremost, Nucky, have fun. Okay, have
Everyone's
fun out
over
there.
Nucky does his greatest hits. He like runs up to a computer and
What if he
stares
just
at-
killed that shit? What if he just killed that shit? I was like, I can do this shit. I just don't want to do this shit. And I was like, damn, Nucky.
I could see that.
I couldn't.
He could. He could win the dog Paralympics.
What's his disability? Nucky, get up. Up.
I mean, we
kinda-
know, right? Kind of all of them.
It's better left unsaid.
Nucky is special. He's my baby boy, though. He's going to bite my hand.
No, I love Nucky.
I didn't know Who Let the Dogs
Was
Out
Baja
was-
Man?
is a Grammy. They won a Grammy for that.
For what they win? Best Six Flags song?
I mean, it was, it was iconic.
I'm sorry, because I did enjoy Who Let the Dogs Out, and I don't want to sit here and act like I didn't, because I was a part of the wave, because everybody was. The world was captivated.
Do you think the
by Who Let
Baja
the Dogs
Man-
Out. So I'll give them that. The world was fucking captivated by Who Let the Dogs Out. Who?
And continue to be. And they had a lot of commercials and a lot of movies, and they will continue to have a lot of movies because it's hilarious to
Yeah.
play
Okay.
Let the Dogs
Is
Out.
this full circle? What do you
How
think?
do
Baja
they
Man
have?
doing?
Do the Baja Men?
That might be a diamond record. I'm gonna
If
go
you
check.
are a Bahaman,
Yeah, a Baja Man.
are you making 6 figures a year just by being a Bahaman?
There's a lot of them.
Ooh, I doubt it. I think they probably interchangeable, like the Jabberwockies.
They are. You're right. So
the Bahaman are?
there's members and past
Told
members.
you,
There's
dude.
like
Oh, it's like the
18
Blue Man
of them.
Group.
Told you, dude. I fucking know what I'm talking about. The
Oh.
Baja Man like Wu-Tang.
Okay, well now I kind of feel like the Bahaman might have a dope stage show. Then they might be like an amazing group, and me saying
The Who Let the Dogs Out, they probably hate that song. They probably like, that's our weakest song. We've been doing this shit
yeah.
for so fucking long.
And
We've been
they're
putting
like
on,
this-
but we've been putting on. That was number one for real. That record.
Actually, now I'm reimagining it, and like if they're really good musicians, I could see them being like a great band.
You know why I asked the question recently of who was the A&R at Kids Bop, right? It might be the Baja Men. I can see the Baja Men signing the best Kids Bop kids because they know. Because what's the first song you got to sing? What's the audition tape? Your American Idol audition tape to get on Kids Bop. Who Let the Dogs Out for sure.
We want to hear 16 bars of Who Let the Dogs Out as your audition. I like them being like, here's, and we want to hear you sing "Steal Your Sunshine."
Yeah. Ooh.
Steal my sunshine.
Have you ever heard Kids Bop? Any of them?
I've watched
They're pretty
the
good.
commercials.
They're fucking good.
They're
okay.
really good.
The fucking kids come out to play. The kids are killing it.
What's your favorite Kids Bop cover?
Well, I just heard the last one, the brand new one. It was fucking popping.
WAP.
It's really good.
WAP might have been on there too.
It is.
I think it might be on there. Kids Bop
Let me see.
it really does it in a big way. I'm not even gonna front. I don't know where the Kids Bop kids go from there. Do they go to Disney Channel? Where do the Kids Bop kids go? Who's Kids Bop
There's
alumni?
some doors in this house.
I don't
There's
know.
some door. This is a real thing.
No,
There's
you're
some
Kids
just,
Bop.
doors.
there's some chores in
There's-
this house.
I said certified beat 7 days a week.
No.
Water bottle. Make that pull out game week. Is this a joke?
No,
This
this is
is
no
a
kid. This is no joke.
This
is not a
isn't
joke.
on Real Kids
This
Bop.
is not a joke.
No, it's a
dude.
real thing. This is real.
Kids Bop
WAP version.
alumni. Let's get into Kids Bop
Get
alumni.
the wet ass mop.
Wet ass. You can't say that.
Kids Bop famous. Dude,
Yeah, good one.
I just really put up an article from 2017 though. But Zendaya was a Kids Bop kid.
Zendaya was a Kids Bop kid.
Yeah, fucking respect what Kids Bop got going on, Christopher.
I told you, they're all Disney kids for
There's
sure.
definitely a group of kids who I'm sure are Kids Bop kids, and they live at that one complex in Burbank next to.
This Becky G.
Is Becky G a Kids Bop kid?
Man, let me see what the fuck.
I feel like Kids Bop is a big gig if you're a kid.
Huge.
Becky G is a Kids Bop kid. Bella Thorne.
Yeah.
Whoa, there is a bunch of people who were Kids Bop kids.
Man,
They used to perform too, didn't they? Because on the infomercials, they like dancing and stuff too.
That's crazy. Kids Bop is popping, Chris.
I did not know there were Kids Bop stars.
Let's do a documentary in the Kids Bop the dark world of Kids Bop. It's a new documentary I'm gonna release. Get out, and it first starts off all bright, and it's like, but is it all bright?
It gets black and white, like zooms in.
Kids Bop. Do you know this face? Boom, boom, boom. Somebody that looks just like Chris Farley. Like, what the fuck? And then it's like, yeah, you may not know who he is, but he's the billionaire. You're like, he's a billionaire from Kids Bop? How? He's a billionaire from owning Kids Bop. How much do you think the dude who owned Kids Bop make off Kids Bop? Say 16 M's. I wanted it to be a fucking.
I wanted it to be crazy.
I wanted it to be a dynasty. I wanted it to be Kids Bop. He's worth fucking $2 billion.
That's still a lot of fucking. Like, this guy has an estate, and they're like, "How'd you make your money?" And he's
They don't
like,
even write no
Kids.
songs. He like, I just had kids re-sing my favorite songs. It's crazy.
But what if he hates it? What if he had so many other goals and aspirations
He got
and he just
16
hates that? Like, that's how he made his money.
He's like, I'm a film
I can see
director,
him hating it.
but
Yeah.
mainly I made my money off Kids Bop.
Yeah, because like certain things, I think that sometimes like certain people, I mean, ridiculousness is up there, but but certain things, I'm like, yo, Steve from Blue's Clues probably has a hard time telling people, girls that he would pick up in the Porsche, and I said, why didn't you down? Why didn't you down? He's probably like, television. What kind of television? And he's like, no, it's time for so long. But we'll sing just one more song. She's like, oh my God, thanks for doing your part. You sure are smart. Me and you.
Am I not glue? He's like, oh my God.
He got Blue with him. She's like, bitch, she's like, nigga, these shrooms are crazy. What you wanna do?
Well, thanks for tuning in to our
Anime.
karaoke podcast. I thought a lot about Usain Bolt this episode because I remember he ate chicken McNuggets before he won gold medals.
Yeah.
So I think anything about taking years off your life is ridiculous.
Well, how you
also-
know chicken nuggets take years off your life?
I guess he hasn't died yet.
What if he died like early? Would you not be like, damn, the guy them chicken nuggets came back to Harlem?
Could have been. It could have been.
We need to research all food. I do agree with you, Chris. If we could have a system where every fast food, everything we order, period, told you the amount of time it took from your life or added to your life, it would be, we would eat the right food because we would be like, yo, we want to make sure we're just staying here. But it'd be niggas playing with math too much. You weren't good at math. They'd be like, no, I added 2 salmons last week, so I should be good to eat them 2 bags of Flaming Hots. I think I'm good on those.
Yeah.
But I would at least like the option to know what's going on, so I could at least be like, no, I'm giving myself a chance to live to 152.
So live life until your fullest. Until then, we'll see you next week.
Eat some salted pretzels or peanuts, whatever it was.
Pretzels. Pretzels are good for you. Zip it up.
And zip it out. Thank you, Alana.
Thank you, Lana.